when I started Takoyaki, the Karl's Balls moniker, I remember we signed up for Queens International Night Market. She put my stand right in front of the gayest bar. And then like these guys just kind of like prance on over. And the guys just come over like, who's Karl? Can I have some balls? And I was just like,
Welcome to the Closed Door Behind You podcast. Special guest today, Karl Palma. And that's
Hey.
Parma. Not Parma.
Parma.
Palma.
Paruma.
Paruma. I'm Doc Judd. As always, we have our Lord and Savior, Christos.
What's up?
Welcome, Christos. Karl, what's happening, my man?
Hey, man.
Tell us all about you. I heard that you make some badass takoyaki. Actually, you know what? Explain to our viewers what it is. A lot of people don't even know what takoyaki is.
Yeah, so I cook takoyaki. It's been my 15th year cooking takoyaki in the city. Takoyaki is one of these niche Japanese foods that's not really found too much in the stores. Izakaya, you find them in izakayas, but to do what we do in the live level, the old school way, is very difficult. Now, to explain what takoyaki is, the easiest way I could describe it to somebody is a savory seafood or a savory octopus cream puff. So it's a wheat flour-based food.
Yeah.
And you're basically taking a dough.
Right.
In this case, in Japanese food, we use dashi, which is your soup stock.
Yep.
We mix it with flour and egg.
Yep.
And it gets cooked onto a pan. The pan has a spherical mold like eggshells.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put the various proteins and vegetables in the mold, and we cook it and spin it to shape in the pan.
It's not always octopus then?
No.
But
Really?
the Japanese love octopus cream pies. It's one of the most searched things on the internet.
What's the story? Like, why does it have to be so creamy?
Why is it so...
Why do the cream pies have to be so creamy?
well,
It's better that way.
I mean, authentic Osaka takoyaki is creamy,
Right.
because of the ratio of the flour to dashi. That's what it really is, and the cooking technique. So
The dashi's the bonita flakes, right?
yeah, well, the dashi is your soup stock, and you could have bonito in it.
Okay.
You could have kombu in it, which is your kelp, or you could have niboshi, like sardine powder, or sardine fish, anything really.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Some stores use, like, they boil down a whole chicken and add vegetables and fruit. So Osaka's crazy, like how New York City is with pizza.
All right.
You'll find takoyaki everywhere in Osaka, and everybody has their own thing, their own shtick, their own recipe, their own vibe, and that's what makes it so cool. Here in the United States, there's probably about three, I would say, maybe three legit takoyaki
Establishments?
And they're all in New York, or where are they?
Two are in California, one is in New York.
Oh, wow.
And that
So-
one
and
is
yours
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where's your place?
I don't have a brick and mortar.
Okay.
Now, I have a traveling crew that we start up anywhere from March, and then we finish around November. We do all these big outdoor events.
Okay, so takoyaki.
Takoyaki.
Judson, his girlfriend is from Osaka.
Oh, wow. Then you're probably she cooks it at home.
Yeah,
right?
she makes it.
Yeah.
We make it. My daughter comes over. Didn't we do that on Thanksgiving?
Yeah,
We
you
did
made takoyaki.
Yeah, my daughter loves making takoyaki. I'm not the hugest fan. Like, I eat it. I love octopus. I'm not like a huge fan of the cream pie.
I think you.
Insert joke here.
Yeah, I think you need
Texture
to
is
try
a-
his.
Texture is a difficult thing. I remember I went to this thing at Japan Society a couple months back, and Kiko Katayama was there, and they had this food translator there. And they were talking about how Japanese cuisine has about just a hair less than 400 adjectives to describe food texture,
Okay.
where American English is less than 100.
Okay.
So when people try takoyaki that they're American and they get this texture that they think is undercooked,
Yeah.
there is a term for that.
Right.
Yeah, like toro or fuatoro. Fuatoro is like melty, soft, and fluffy.
Right.
That's one thing right there. And there's all these little subcategories just for texture.
Yeah, that makes sense because she's like, whenever my girlfriend from Osaka is an amazing Japanese cook. And man, she's always making stuff, and she's always like trying. She's like, "You too slimy for you," and I'm like, "Yeah," but like then again, some things that are slimy are fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I like do you know how to make takowasa?
Yeah, yeah.
I love
I haven't
that
made it in
stuff.
a while, but yeah.
First stuff, I mean, that's for the viewers. That's it's octopus, but like the kind of like slimy tentacle part, and then they put like wasabi in it. And when you first get it, you're like, it's in a kind of little clear cup always.
Yeah.
The first time I was like, ew, this is so gross looking. And then it's one of those things where
I was
like in a
aroused.
week you're like, oh, I think I want that stuff again.
Yeah.
That's how I felt the first time I ever had sushi. I was like, man, I had sushi late in life, but I was like in college, and I remember going. I was like, this is
That's
so
when I first
stupid.
came to America.
Me too. When I
And
had
then
sushi, too.
but then like a week or two later, I was like, I craved it. It was weird.
Well, actually, that's a good note to mention our podcast sponsor, Izakaya Juraku.
Izakaya
yeah.
Juraku, everybody. Listen, whenever you're in New York City and you are craving something super cool and different, come to Izakaya Juraku. It's a little place on Ludlow Street in the Lower East Side. Go in, see Kiyo. And let me tell you something. They've got great food. They got wasabi fries. They got amazing amazing Japanese fried chicken.
Karaage.
Karaage.
It's not that hard to say.
Well, I almost said...
Now people are supposed to trust you as a credible source of Japanese food, and you can't even say karaage.
I just started cracking up because I almost said Korean fried chicken, which is not.
Don't ever say that.
It's not Korean. It's Japanese. It's karaage, and it's amazing. What else? What do you like to eat when you're over there?
I like the wasabi fries. I like the sushi. I like anything crazy Kiyo recommends. I will try, and if it's gluten free, I will be very.
My
happy.
daughter likes the ramen. She loved the ramen. And then what else do they what else is really good over there? Some of like the
Good
what do they
beer
call?
selection. Good.
Yeah, the
Oh,
beers
good
are delicious.
sake too.
Yeah.
I love drinking sake over there, and he even has some really good whiskeys.
Yeah. What do you order when you're there?
Last time I was there, I had okonomiyaki fries.
Yeah. Okay.
And, I mean, I was just sitting here chilling, drinking some beers and talking with Kiyo. And man, I must have went through all these just different beers. Like there was a hinoki beer.
The hinoki beer.
Yeah, it tastes like it's like a beer, but it tastes like you smell the wood. The
Huh.
Hinoki.
yeah, wood.
Huh.
Like yeah, it's like a wood cedar type smelling beer that was really refreshing.
Yeah.
So his beer selection is crazy.
Yeah, he's really
Crazy.
passionate about it, and
Yeah.
that's important. That's half the battle, and that's what makes your thing successful, right? Is your passion for it.
Yeah, I kind of deep dived in the weirdest way because when I started Takoyaki, the Karl's Balls moniker, it was like 2015. I just got married, and you're like the pressures of just being the husband.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, we're gonna start this thing, and then I remember we signed up for Queens International Night Market, Queens Night Market. I think we were one of the first 3 or first 5 vendors that signed up, and then when we signed up, we did the opening night, and I had like a 4-hour line.
Whoa, crazy.
Yeah, and it was like on Eater and all these things. There's a picture I think you'll find on Eater or whatever. It says you'll see just this tent. I had this huge banner that was like 10 feet long, 4 feet up, and it just says Karl's Balls in huge bold print. Then you just see this line that just goes it's like a football field, just like.
Wow.
Yeah, and we maintained that momentum all the way till like from 2015 to 2019. But yeah, to do takoyaki in the outdoor level, high volume.
So how do they know it's going to be takoyaki if they just hear Karl's Balls? I'd figure it was a bunch of gay dudes just with their fucking tongues out, waiting in line, waiting to fucking suck your
Well, I mean,
cock.
they are, but then they're like pleasantly surprised that it's delicious.
That was actually one of my best events. I did the 9th Avenue International Market.
Okay.
And the lady, she's like this funny, I forget her name, the organizer of 9th Ave. She's hilarious. She put my stand right in front of the gayest bar in Hell's Kitchen.
On 9th,
on 9th Avenue.
on 9th Avenue.
It was like 51st or 52nd, 9th
They
Ave.
just call them bars over there.
Yeah. And I remember we set up shop and we had like a decent line going on. And then like these guys just kind of like prance on over. And I have a video of it too. I'll show it to you guys.
Nice.
And the guys just come over like, who's Karl? Karl? And I'm like, what's up, guys? I know, and I knew this is going to be one of these things. I was like, all right, am I going to resist it, or I'm just going to go with it?
Yeah, dude.
I just rolled with it because I'm like, hey, they're customers too. So they came up, they're like, Karl, can I have some balls? And I was just like, and you see they're filming me doing it, and I'm just rolling back and forth with these guys, and they ordered, they gave me an excellent review, and then like more guys came out of the bar.
Wow.
Out of that bar. They just kept ordering. I was like, hey man, you guys helped me sell out. Fuck yeah.
You could
Thanks-
probably have a
thanks lot,
brick and
guys.
mortar in that particular neighborhood. That's hilarious.
It's
So
good-
how,
it's a good neighborhood.
did you ever do any food service besides takoyaki? It must have had an origin story somewhere like before that, no?
So before the Carl's Balls thing, I cooked at this place called Otafuku, which was the original takoyaki store on 9th Street between 2nd and 3rd. It was like that little Japantown area.
Yes.
It was a cool place because we did okonomiyaki, takoyaki, and yakisoba, which is your trifecta of we call wheat flour based foods, konomon. So when I cooked there, we had a really good following to begin with, but it got bigger and bigger and bigger as we went. And when I retired from there, I think I had a decent amount of clout within the community. Say, hey, Karl from Otafuku is going to start his own thing, like a year or two later.
Does that still exist now? Otaku?
Nah, unfortunately, no. It's a bummer.
So you're doing strictly, I guess, is it a food truck?
No.
It's not. It's just like, so how does that work?
We have a van.
Okay.
It's a van or two, and we set with the canopy tents, and we have
Yeah.
coolers and tables.
All right, cool.
We pretty much set up shop.
And you do this every weekend in a different city each time, or?
Mostly New York City.
Okay.
But we've been lucky enough to do DC, the DC Cherry Blossom Festival.
Cool.
We've been invited to other places we haven't gone to yet. We've been invited to LA. That didn't work out logistically.
Does that business model, obviously, you don't have the overhead of a brick and mortar. That's got to work pretty well now. I mean, it sounds fun too. It's like you're on tour.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But the equipment's super expensive, right? There is a barrier to entry, right? Because of those like cast iron or copper kind of trays and stuff. Or?
Yeah, that's the hardest thing because every time I talk with customers and fans, they're like, hey, why don't you have a store yet? It's been like 10 years or whatever. And I said, well, it's hard because the way that I want to do it, I want to cook with gas. I want to cook with this equipment. And then we have this the kind of a crazy overhead of, high prep, heavy prep, expensive ingredients, a very specific technique. So I can't hire any regular chefs to do this. I have to train everybody for the prep, and then there's not much profit.
Are you doing? Is it strictly takoyaki, or you do other stuff as well?
I do other stuff, everything every now and then, but mostly takoyaki.
Got it.
Yeah.
What's the craziest takoyaki invention that you've made?
Recipe wise?
Yeah.
I did one like a month or two back. We put Juraku in it.
What's that?
Juraku is your cod sperm sac or
Gnarly.
Sperm sack?
Yeah, it was like the milt of a male cod, and placed it on top of takoyaki.
And people liked that?
People loved it.
You did it in Hell's Kitchen, or?
We did it. Let me see. We did it at BBF Lower East Side. My friend Marietti from Hagi.
I live across the street from BBF.
Yeah. We did it there, and then my friend Marie was the bartender. We had this just crazy. We were just doing like crazy takoyaki, like fish eggs on top, mentaiko, and it was kind of like a premium recipe thing, like almost like an omakase.
Mentaiko, that's what I was thinking about.
mentaiko.
That's another type of egg, right?
Yeah, the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
There's they're seasoned.
Yep.
Like a little
That's
bit
salmon
spicy.
roe, right?
Salmon roe's ikra.
Ikra,
That's the bigger ones.
Yeah. Mentaiko is what? What fish is that?
I'm trying to remember. Is it pollock? It could be pollock.
Yeah, it sounds
be
about
right.
right. Pollock
It's like a
sounds right.
darker egg. It's not like it's not orange.
Well, it is kind of orange. It's like a reddish orange.
It's red.
That was like your favorite one to order all the time.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's so good. I mean, the graininess of like the little balls in your mouth, very good. I really do like it. Well, speaking of rule waru, right? Well, so I just want to dive into this like a little bit more. But
Yeah, sure.
Once you kind of like were like, hey, my balls taste great, like you guys got to respect my balls, the Karl's balls. Like, when was the first sign of like respect from like this sort of gatekeeping community, right? Like that Japanese like old head takoyaki community is real gatekeepy. So when did you first start to notice like, oh, these people respect me?
I think the first one was we got accepted to what was called the Japan Block Fair at the time, which was the original Japan Fest. Japan Fest has been going for about 10 years now. It's like the premier street fair in the city for about 10 years. But before that was called Japan Block Fair. And I remember I was trying to get into it because I heard it was an awesome event. It only happened at the time maybe twice a year. And when it did happen, it was a mob of people. And the whole management was all Japanese. All the store owners Japanese. And I remember I applied and I finally got in. And we had the long line. Like again, we're like same thing from Queens Night Market into the Japan Block Fair. People are just lining up for the takoyaki, and I'm just we're going a mile a second, just trying to cook and keep up. And then I remember talking to the organizer, and then he's like, "I like your cooking; it's really good. Keep coming back." So that was one. I remember talking to my ex-wife at the time. I was like, "Wow, we're in Japan Block Fair, which is pretty dope, right? Because she's Chinese.
Yeah.
So my ex-wife is Chinese. I'm Filipino. We're sitting in this Japanese world, and we're like, oh, we got the thumbs up. But the year after that, we were back at Japan Fest, and I think the big one was a guy came up to our stand, Japanese guy, and he's eating our food. He's like, "Oh, excuse me, are you the owner?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, my name is so and so." He's like, "I'm from NHK."
Wow.
Which is
Oh yeah, good news.
I'm like, whoa, NHK News. He's like, "Yeah, we do this thing called at New York City. It focuses on New York events and New York people related to Japanese culture." He said, "I want to do a documentary about you, like, about your whole thing."
Damn.
So yeah, he had a crew and he followed me around for like 3-4 days. And it was featured in Japan. So there's NHK and there's NHK BS1. So BS1 is shown only in Japan. And they showed the whole documentary. It was like a 8-minute episode. Showed it to Japan. And I remember like my Twitter, like 5 minutes later after it went off, people were like, follow. And everybody's writing
Crazy.
on my Twitter. Everything's in Japanese. Like, Carl-san, blah, 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 do your best. Ganbatte kudasai.
That's
Wait
awesome.
Everybody just... People are just texting. I'm like, holy shit, this is pretty crazy. And we became good friends ever since.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then after that, what was the next, like, okay, I deserve a seat at this table. What was after that?
We kept doing Japan Fest for a long time, all the way up till now. And I think the next thing after that was 2019. So in 2019, we started doing these cooking contests, like takoyaki, konomon. We call it konomon competition, which is your takoyaki, okonomiyaki, yakisoba. And then I met the president of the Konomon Association, Japan Konomon Association. She's the lead researcher in Japan about all this food. So she's the head cheese of cheese, right? I remember giving her my business card, and once Corona hit, we just kept on talking and emailing back and forth, line messaging back and forth. And then 2023, she's like, "Hey, why don't you come to Japan this year and visit the conference?" So they started this 100-year food history conference about takoyaki, okonomiyaki, yakisoba. It's a whole conference dedicated on those foods. And you talk about everything, from the research to highlighting the big stores, little stores. It's a huge thing for Osaka people, right? A very regional thing. So she invited me over. My crew and I, we went over in 2023 as guests. And then we had the nomukai. You know nomukai? Nomukai is like your drinking party afterwards.
Okay.
So we sat there, watched the whole conference. Everything was in Japanese, a little hard to understand. But when we had the drinking party afterwards, and she invited me on stage and kind of introduced me to the whole world of takoyaki.
Wow.
So you have like every single store owner. It's like, oh, that guy, his family started that in 1974. That guy, his family started in like 68. And they're like, these people, I see them on YouTube, and I'm just sitting there like shaking hands, drinking beers.
Cool.
And then the next year after that, they invited me to speak at the conference.
So, what is your favorite Japanese food besides the obvious?
Besides the obvious?
Yeah. Besides takoyaki.
And sushi and ramen, all those things. Oh, man.
Last meal. What's it gonna be?
The last meal.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's even harder.
We're putting you to sleep
Yeah, he's
tomorrow.
just like pushing the goalposts.
And it has to
further.
be Japanese food.
Well,
Like,
no.
I'm totally cool with that. I love Japanese food, so.
Well, you probably eat a lot of it, so your last meal you might be like, dude, I've been eating takoyaki.
I want a McDonald's hamburger.
Off the top of my head, I would say tonjiru.
Tonjiru.
What is that?
Tonjiru is like your miso soup with
Okay.
vegetables. You could throw whatever in, and it's pork belly in it.
Tonjiru.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like it's just a nice hearty soup. That's
Right.
really comforting.
Death soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like right before the electric chair. You're gonna. I want some
Definitely.
comfort.
I mean,
soup.
don't get me wrong. I would love to do like a $350 omakase and like 5 bottles of sake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be pretty cool. Like you don't even
If
know
I'm gonna
you're
get
dead.
electrocuted,
Yeah.
on the chair, then maybe I'll shoot that. But for like a nostalgic, I remember like having my first good bowl of that, and I'm just like, this is good. It's one of those things. Yeah.
But it's one of those where like everybody can make it, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like a mom food sort
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be one of those things. If I open my own place, or when I open my own takoyaki bar, that'll be on the menu, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that if you do open a takoyaki bar, it'll be in another city, or will it be in New York City?
I think it'll still have to be New York City
Hmm.
because I have these discussions with like the stores in Japan, and we're like, they always ask me like, how are things in New York City? And I was like, man, it's tough. It's like, are you frustrated? I'm like, I won't lie to you. It's frustrating because I'm cooking a niche food within a niche category. Japanese food is already a niche in itself, but even like your wife's from Osaka, it's like another regional niche within the niche.
Right.
So the main thing is trying to push this education, takoyaki
And it's
education.
frustrating. Why? Because people don't understand the food, because it's expensive to own a brick and mortar. What's the frustration?
All those things. It's people don't understand what it is. You could have somebody from Japan, and I had customers from, they'll eat like, oh, I had takoyaki, and I'm from Japan. This is not takoyaki. And I'm like, where do you eat takoyaki when you go home? They're like, oh, I eat at Gindako, or like, which Gindako is like the McDonald's chain takoyaki. But you ask your wife, do people in Osaka eat Gindako? No. No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Right.
They don't.
Huh.
So it's a very regional thing, and you need to understand like the textures. Those Octopus is still kind of a niche, a little
100%.
hard for some people to stomach.
Yeah, definitely not like a high adoption rate probably here in the States.
I even went on YouTube as I do so much research on this stuff. Like I started researching all the YouTube videos that have the highest amount of views, and I saw maybe 2 or 3 videos of like this takoyaki joint, and I looked at it close. I'm like, this guy's not even using octopus. He's using calamari legs, which is
crazy.
cheap, much cheaper.
Right.
Same texture, kind of.
Nah, texture's a little more chewier.
Yeah.
So when people eat that and they're like, oh, it came out hyper chewy,
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is gross.
they don't even know that what they're getting is not it.
Right.
It's a reiteration of it.
So it's kind of that like innovation constantly with the whole thing. So as far as like for you down the road in innovation, what kind of things do you want to try making with the takoyaki?
That's gonna be hard because I still feel like even if I get closer, once I get closer, and I get more confident, there's always something that comes up that goes, you're not there yet, right? So
Or I think you have to keep it super authentic, and you don't have like the ability to like, you don't have the, I don't know, you don't feel like you have the right to go crazy and do all these crazy aberrations of takoyaki. Is that what you mean?
I mean, people have told me, they said, hey, you could probably, at this point, you could probably do whatever's. I have some sushi buddies. They're like, hey, Carl, why don't you do like a chicken ball or a shrimp ball? And I said, yeah, maybe I will eventually. I just want to push. I think the more educated people are about this food, the more they'll get interested in it.
Right.
Right? I mean, look at ramen. Ramen, people know more about ramen than the average. I mean, the average Joe knows so much about ramen now because of the education.
Right.
You're like, oh man, I got this like miso ramen. Where's miso comes? Oh, from Sapporo. Like,
Yeah.
like dude, whoa, miso's from Sapporo. Tonkotsu ramen is from Kyushu area. People know that stuff.
Yeah,
now.
those assholes educating people on ramen. Fuck.
Is that how you guys met?
Yeah.
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 So just for everybody's, am I allowed to
yeah,
disclose?
you can. I don't give a shit.
So Christos, who claims to be gluten-free, has a ramen channel where he
Not
judges
really
different people's ramens. Of course, he says that he can't eat wheat, and I'm pretty sure ramen noodles are made out of wheat. Anyway, so check out his channel. It's called I'm Not Actually Gluten.com.
This is a medical doctor, by the way. He's a medical doctor that insists I don't have celiac disease.
So full of shit.
I was just saying, before we started, it's like I want him to be my doctor.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, let's talk about that.
If I'm on my deathbed, I want somebody just to cut jokes all the time while I'm dying.
I'll give you some good meds, too.
Yeah,
I'll make
exactly.
you nice and comfortable. By the way, you were saying you had some issues with your... you want some medical advice?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is the medical advice segment. Sometimes people call in.
I mean, I'll probably walk out with a straitjacket on, but he's like, I can't help this
So
guy.
you were saying that you were doing like powerlifting and stuff?
Yeah, I did Olympic weightlifting in my mid to late 20s,
Damn.
and then before that, I was just your basic gym rat guy that loved watching, all the Schwarzenegger films, and I had a gym buddy. And we go crazy in the gym 6 days a week.
Did you grow up here in not Jersey? Did you grow up in the greater New York area? Is that
No,
why?
South Jersey, near Philly.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice. So what did you injure the worst? I mean, powerlifting's like, definitely can injure yourself. What was your worst injury powerlifting?
I never got injured. The only thing I remember that happened to me was I was in I had a bunk bed. No. I was in a bunk bed. I'm not sure if it was my bunk bed, but I was in a bed, and basically
Were you child trafficked? What the hell?
No.
How do you not know if you had a bunk bed?
I'm trying to remember because it's a long time ago, man. It was either at my friend's dorm, we have the double bed, or it was on my bed at home, and I fell out of the bed.
Oh.
I once tried to suck my own dick in a Craftmatic adjustable bed, and I fucking hurt something. I forget what it was, but I had to go to the hospital.
Did they remove your ribs? That way you could get better,
They did. I broke my fucking ribs.
How'd you explain that to your parents?
Anyway, you were saying, so how did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, so I think that was like a borderline sports hernia.
Okay.
Because I remember there was a tug in my stomach, and I had to get laid off
Sucks.
of
You
that.
can't do anything
I couldn't
for
do
that.
anything, and I was pretty much just
Like
depressed.
breathing hurt, right?
Yeah. It was. And I didn't. My doctor checked it out. He's like, "Oh, it looks like you have a possible sports hernia." He was kind of pushing. Nothing's protruding or anything, but it looks like you just strained your abdominal wall.
Yeah, there's not a good
And
fix
that's
for
like
it.
you guys just need time. And I remember I tried to go back into the sport, and I didn't like my first full clean, and I tried to do we call a snatch, which is the bars here, and you try to lift it over your head with one movement.
Your fucking balls
was
just
like-
fell to the fucking ground.
I was like, no, fuck, it just doesn't feel good. Right?
Yeah.
And I couldn't get back into that rhythm, and then watching all these people that were lifting with me, and they're already miles ahead,
Yeah.
and I'm just starting back from square one again.
I feel the same way
lost
with jiu-jitsu. I had a similar injury, and then I was doing everything I could. I mean, I was injecting myself with BPC 157. I was doing. I mean, and it's one of these things where it's you just gotta stop for a while and hope your body heals itself.
But you said to me earlier that you had a knee cartilage reduction, right?
Yeah, so in 2015 when I started the outdoor business, because I'm loading the vans, standing all day, and that's why I wear these crazy shoes too. We can talk
The
about
I
it.
Ninja
thought you were a
Turtle
fucking
shoes?
ninja.
Yeah,
Dude.
these are Tabi, sports Tabi.
Nice.
You get that? Check that out.
Wow.
So, yeah, I had some knee pain in my left knee, and then I remember just kind of discussing with my ex at the time. I'm like, oh, we should probably go check it out. So, my general practitioner doctor sent me to this orthopedic surgeon, and they did the X-rays, and it turned out, this knee has 30% left, and this knee has 50% left. This is the knee I was throbbing. So the guy was like, when you're ready to have a full knee replacement, call me. I'm like, isn't there a second opinion or something?
How old were you? You must have been 30 or something, right?
I was 33,
Yeah.
34.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, why do I need a knee replacement? I'm obviously walking. It just
Yeah.
feels loose, achy. It doesn't feel right.
I mean, listen, you only have a certain amount of cartilage in your knee. If it degrades itself and you're bone on bone, you're bone on bone. I mean, in the past, the only solution was to get a knee replacement. That's really young to be, considering getting a knee replacement. But I will say that nowadays, there's a couple things you could do. So you can inject some gel, these hyaluronic acid gels into, and that gives you a little bit more cushion. And in addition, you can do PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma. I don't know if you know what you're familiar with that is. So what you do is we take blood out of your arm, and just like getting a blood draw, they put it in the tubes. We put it into a centrifuge. Centrifuge is where it spins around and it separates your blood into the red blood cells and the plasma. So in the tube, you're going to see red blood cells at the bottom, and you're going to see some plasma at the top. There's a little level in the middle. It's called the Buffy coat. And the Buffy coat is responsible for all the healing. And so what we do is we will extract the Buffy coat. We will combine the Buffy coat with some numbing medicine, like bupivacaine, some anesthetic locally, and we will take that magic potion and we will put it into the knee. And the hope is that it will stimulate laying of fabric, like a matrix of things for healing. So hopefully you'll get a little bit of cartilage. Hopefully you'll get some repair of all types of tendinous tissues. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, there's also some other like stem cell therapies.
Yeah, I saw that.
However, there's a lot of regulation against them. So, for example, here in New York City, we're not allowed to use stem cells. You're allowed to use some of your own stem cells. Like I could take autologous, meaning we could take it out of your hip or your fat, but I can't take, say, like embryonic lines, meaning like somebody after they gave birth, they delivered a placenta, and there are people that actually will store the cord blood. Now, there are some states, however, that are doing it now. There's new regulations that came out as of July 2025, which will allow orthopedic procedures. So you can go to Florida and you can get stem cells, certain types of stem cells put into your knee. And the hope is that some of those stem cells will differentiate into cartilage. Differentiate means it will go from a totipotential cell, meaning a cell that has no characteristics. It's just a cell that could become anything. It could become an eyeball or it could become a piece of cartilage. And it will somehow understand to differentiate into cartilage and hopefully will either repair your cartilage or grow into some cartilage. And so we're starting to see the advent of those type of therapies, which is kind of cool. It's kind of exciting.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Or just replace your knee.
Or just replace my knee.
Yeah.
Or just die. I mean,
Yeah.
I could just die.
But then who would carry on the balls?
I don't know.
Because you don't have children, right?
No kids.
So your balls are
The balls have been dropped already.
Yeah.
So basically.
We should do an episode, though, where he comes in to my office and we do PRP on him.
Oh, dude, yeah.
So come in, we'll draw your blood, we'll put it in the
Is that where I have to start
centrifuge.
coughing and,
Yeah, well,
all
he does the
uncomfortable?
rectal
I do
examination.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not even a licensed professional,
Yeah.
but that's part of. I'm like, cough for me, Carl. Pretend I'm an octopus tentacle.
I didn't even take my pants off yet.
He's actually the chaperone for the female examination.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I make people feel comfortable.
Oh, God. That's hilarious.
No, you could totally do that. We would be down.
Yeah,
if
that'd
you
be
wanna
cool.
do
Yeah,
it.
we'll take your blood out of your arm. We'll let Christos play with your genitals.
Yeah.
I'll throw your blood in the centrifuge. We'll extract out the Buffy coat.
The Buffy code.
I'll inject the Buffy coat into your knee, and I don't know.
Dude, how could we spice it up? Maybe you could do a wasabi takoyaki ball, like
So you're
while
gonna
you
inject
do it?
wasabi into my knee?
No,
Is that
no.
what you're saying?
He's gonna do the procedure while eating
Why
wasabi.
do I see takoyaki sauce coming out of my freing kneecap? And I'm like wiping it, I'm like tasting it, mixed it with the blood.
Carl has become Carl's balls.
As I'm injecting, Chisato could be like feeding me takoyaki.
That's a
could do
great idea.
Something funny.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
or he has to do the procedure with the 2 takoyaki sticks.
The skewers.
Yeah, like, it's like
Or you have to turn the takoyaki with one hand while you're injecting with the other hand.
Or I
Yeah.
hold the syringe with chopsticks and like try to get it in there.
Why is that the best tool to do the takoyaki thing? There's not any better tool than like 2 metal sticks.
I don't have an answer with that question.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, I think they were just using the skewers to try to make the shape, to flip the shape.
I thought you were using toothpicks, no?
I use I used to use a metal skewer. Then I was taking the metal skewer out of the handle and putting a bamboo stick into it, but that would snap all the time. Now I use these disposable plastic ones that are heat treated. Eventually they start to shrink because of the heat, but since I cook on copper, I didn't know that I was using a metal skewer at the time, metal pick, and I was just pretty much like wearing down the pan. I was scraping the pan all the time. And after a couple seasons with these, they're handmade, these pans, I look at the pan like, oh crap, it's like, I'm scraping off
Right.
stuff. So no good.
By the way, I think it's time.
Yo.
For the lightning round!
Oh no.
Here on
what's
the
this?
Close the Door Behind You podcast, we have something called the Lightning Round.
Oh, no.
The Lightning Round is where we ask the same questions to all of our guests. I'm going to start it off, Karl Palma. All right, Karl, you find yourself in a very bad situation. You get arrested and you're in jail. You get one phone call. Who's that phone call going to be to?
I get arrested and I'm about to be put in jail.
No, you're in jail.
I'm in jail.
You get one phone call. Here's the phone. Who you calling?
How to be my attorney, right?
Yeah, that's
That's
I
a
mean,
good
I'd love
answer.
to call my mom, but my mom's gonna be like, "Why are you?"
I don't know why
Yeah,
more
yeah, she
people
should-
won't say that.
Yeah, but people don't think about it. Yeah, call your attorney. Do you have one on retainer?
No.
Oh.
I'll figure something out.
So
though.
who are you going to call?
I don't know. Maybe the one like Joe Blow 987 Joe Blow or something like the ones you see on TV on like
Yeah.
Pix 11. I have no idea.
Yeah, that's who I trust. Oh, shit. Okay, next question. What do you think happens to you after you die?
Wow. Man, I could go into all this Buddhist stuff, but that's
Do
gonna
it.
be that's
Go
gonna
ahead,
be,
hit it.
Yeah.
No, I think it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, all I do know is I think the people who love you the most, they're gonna miss you.
Hmm.
So
So you got to live on through them.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, that I do know.
Hmm.
So because I mean I live in this Buddhist temple, so I see a lot of weddings and funerals and stuff. And I had funerals where like family, you could see like families are totally just separate, like they hate each other,
Mhm.
right? But they're all crying over this one person.
Right.
So that's the conclusion I came up with just now.
So you weren't exaggerating. You actually live in a Buddhist temple or a...
Yeah, I'm the live-in caretaker, building manager, kind
Oh,
of like
wow.
a super.
Wow.
So I help with all the daily facilities of like trash, porting, answering the phone, emails, whoever's deliveries at the door, to construction,
Wow.
to if we have weddings and funerals, I'm there to kind of help out, answer the phone, you name it. Yeah.
So what do you think is like the recurring theme of the funerals when you see them? Like besides the people being upset about it, but like what do you think? Like every single one has this one element of it.
Anxiety
Why?
and regret.
Like of the people attending?
Yeah, I think there's an anxiety of like trying to make it this this ceremony or this service, this church service, whatever it is. There's a lot of anxiety to like what people think is doing it right.
Right.
When I think the best thing is just showing up.
Hmm.
Right? It's like, oh, we messed up the chant, or like, oh, the tech, like people try to do like slideshows and stuff, and sometimes it doesn't work. Like the internet goes down, and you have to kind of just let the chips fall where
Right.
they may, and just accept that things are never perfect.
Right.
It's what is.
So my next question is, what type of things? But like, what is your kryptonite? What is something that just drives you absolutely nuts?
This on what, like on a cooking level, or
I don't know. Just anything. Like for me, it's live music in a bar. Cover band specifically.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard.
Like
right?
I'm trying to just have a conversation with my boy, and they're like doing Brown Eyed Girl for like the 10,000th time. I'm just over it.
Yeah, I hate it when it's comedians performing at a bar. Fucking asshole. It's like
What's my
rules for thee, not for me, huh?
Jeez, what's my kryptonite? That's you have to let me. Okay, I have to answer now, right?
Well, you look like Lex Luthor, so
Yeah.
it's sort of thematically appropriate.
I think what bothers me is when when I don't see people doing their best,
Mm-hmm.
putting your 100% into things,
Into something that they should be.
and just into things. I think this is probably my Buddhism talking, but like there's so many things that you can't control, and the biggest one, in my opinion, is time.
Right.
So I always ask people, like, what do you do with your time? And I'm terrible. Like, I'll wake up and I start doom scrolling on my phone like everybody else, right? But and then just because of the teachings, we call it, and my environment, things snap into place quicker than, because I learned that through repetition, right? It's like I start doom scrolling, but next thing you know, that just a little practice of trying to get into what we call practice, it kind of flips my switch back. Okay, put that shit down. Let's get to work.
What's
So,
the
like,
practice? How do you
inefficiencies.
do that?
What's that?
How do you do that? What's the practice? Like, how do I snap out of a doom scrolling sesh?
All right, so this sounds really stupid and kind of crazy, but this is one of my techniques. I talk to myself. But I talk to myself in a way of I'm a third person looking at myself, kind of commenting on what I'm doing. So as I'm talking to you, my brain, my inner head goes, I'm talking to Christoph, I'm talking to Judd. My finger's going like this. I'm sorry, hit the mic. My knee hurts or whatever. So everything I'm doing is I'm focused on that. I see the headphones. There's my drink. My stomach is blah, blah, blah. But I'm writing my notes for the day. I'm writing the email. But how many times where you're writing the email or something where you're going, fuck, like I forgot to pay my bills or something. You're not
present in that
you're not
moment.
present at that very task. So just micromanaging that task down to the point where you're going, I'm talking to you. When I talk to you, I'm listening to you 100%.
Right.
That's what I kind of got from, I was very fortunate to meet the Dalai Lama
Wow.
in
Really?
2013.
What was that like?
It was like that. it was like you meet the guy, and he was an old guy. He had, Secret Service, and he has like his assistants holding him up, and he's like, moving around. And he has like this big smile on his face. But I noticed this one thing, like when he looked at me, it looked like everything else was secondary.
Right.
He gave you 100% of his time.
Interesting.
And he looked at you and said, hello, how are you? Thank you. And that, just the two words of thanks was like omnidirectional spirit of gratitude just came to you. All that feeling of gratitude, just him saying thank you was 100% directed at you.
Wow.
You felt like you were the only person in the world right
Yeah,
now.
I was the only person in that room.
Wow. That's
Look
cool.
at each person and be like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you're like, oh shit, this guy's he's really in tune. Yeah.
I love it.
And that present. So walk me through the doom scrolling, right? Like if you're doom scrolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to like you're just then saying like I am scrolling through my phone looking at a video of a cat.
Of octopuses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not doom scrolling. That's lifeblood. That's what you need to keep going. You can't tell me like you're around octopus that much that you're not like there's only one thing that gets me off.
I think because it's not perfect, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, some days it like clicks in quick where it's like, okay, you got to get off and let's go, right? Other days it's like it doesn't even come up. But most of the time during the day, like it'll kick in and be like, all right, this is what I got to do, especially when I got to get hyper focused.
Yeah.
If you're a doctor, right, and you got to get into your work, you're not even thinking about comedy, you're thinking about the job at hand, right? So,
Or what jokes I could tell about this person I'm taking care of.
all right, while you're while you're injecting wasabi into his knee.
Yeah.
But those are the things that that I do that's helped me.
Yeah.
Will it help everybody? No, but that's helped me. Yeah.
Huh. Do you think that doom scrolling kind of happens more when you're really tired?
That I don't know.
That's what I've noticed like with myself. If I'm like sleep deprived or tired, I think my brain wants that immediate dopamine.
Right.
And that sort of like lazy passive like living where it's like, okay, I don't have to exert so much energy. I could just go and sift through that. Like
Yeah.
when I've had like a good night's sleep and I'm moving or whatever, I'm like, that's a total waste of time.
Well, I think we're just so stimulated by everything now. From whatever is, we live in New York City, so there's stimulation everywhere you go. There's just so much going on, and now with the phones and social media and stuff, it's hard to turn off that switch. So I think our minds have been kind of programmed to have something going on, like, let's prep a meal, but I'm gonna have the music on in the background, or let's do this, but I have to have this going on in the background, or just a simple act of just moving that right on the phone. It like creates something. Doc, you could probably chime in on this too, right? But I think it's like there's an enjoyment for me of quiet.
That's part of the Buddhist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that leads me to my next question, which is you talked about the Dalai Lama. If you could invite anybody, live or dead, to dinner, besides the Dalai Lama, who would that be?
Jimi Hendrix.
Ooh, good take. Why?
You play music?
I
You
play
guitar?
drums. Yeah.
Oh, drums.
Yeah.
Would you
Interesting.
do
So
acid
wouldn't-
with him?
What's that?
Would you do acid with him?
Maybe shrooms.
Yeah.
I think shrooms would be better.
Yeah.
At this day of age, I think shrooms will probably have better quality control.
Yeah.
Than
than
Doc.
acid.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess we've got some good labs. I suppose that if it was legal and you could really, pin down. I mean, that's the whole thing with drugs is like if you could really have if things were quality controlled and you really knew what you were getting and things were medically supervised, I think that we could have a much safer and enjoyable time.
Yeah, the
100% agree.
opioid crisis worked out great, dude. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they have these THC drinks at my bodega around the corner from my apartment, right? So my buddy at the kitchen, I used to run a kitchen down in Lower East Side, and he's like, hey, after work, I drink like these THC drinks to kind of relax.
Right.
So I had a really stressed out day, and I was thinking, all right, I'm gonna like get one of these things and like watch some YouTube videos or whatever. So I bought one of these things, not knowing it's 100 milligrams of THC.
In one can?
In one
How is
freaking
that
can.
possible?
Well, the red flag should have happened when I took it to the register, and the lady was like, "Can I have your ID?" And she had to like screenshot my ID to like jotted down for the purchase.
Right.
And it just didn't occur to me like, oh, this is probably some hardcore
Oh,
shit.
dude, I would go to Home Depot. I would get plywood, a hammer, and nails, and I would just completely barricade myself in my apartment. I'd be so anxious.
Yeah, so I drank half of it. I chugged like half of it. Not sipped. I chugged half of it because it was an Arnold Palmer, taste.
Yeah.
It didn't taste anything synthetic or whatever.
Yeah.
It just tasted like a freaking
Tastes
Arizona
delish.
ice. It was delicious. So I chugged half of it, and I'm watching YouTube, and I'm thinking like, why is the screen going into my eyes and to the back of my head? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is getting worse by
That's
the
funny.
second.
Yeah, you'd watch YouTube videos with Jimi Hendrix drinking those teas.
I was trying to find any simple, comforting thing to watch.
That's
to
a
make
lot, man. 50 milligrams in a naive mind, naive brain, meaning like
Yeah.
you don't take THC all the time. That's a lot.
I tried
could
everything.
totally
I tried to watch like Hajime no Ippo in English, not in Japanese, and I was like, this is not working.
No.
I tried to watch drum videos, like from drum instructional videos that I used to watch when I was a kid that I know by heart. That's not working. I went to take a shower, took a hot shower. Felt like every little hit going to my skin from the shower. It felt like pins and needles going through my body.
Oh, yeah.
I tried laying down, and I felt like I was gonna have a freaking heart attack. Like my heart was like racing. I
The
tried to
hypersensitivity.
Yeah, I tried to
Sounds
meditate, and I that's the only thing that helped. I meditated, and I think like after like 45 minutes of pure anxiety,
Oh,
it finally like my mind was able to kind of take control of thing and just slow it down to a reasonable level. Because remember I talking about like the whole talking to yourself,
Yeah.
trying to have control over what's going on. It just felt like 100 zillion voices in my head
Wow.
going at one shot, going Travis Bickle in my mind, just going.
Oh, speaking of a million things going on in your mind,
Yeah.
what is one subject matter that you have a lot of knowledge about that people would be surprised to learn that you do?
I was an excellent personal trainer in my 20s, and I was the #1 trainer in my class for where I was going slowly into the point of learning like physical education, exercise physiology, physical therapy. So I was really good at training elderly people and just getting people strong, encouraging people to get strong. My newest adventure right now is knife sharpening. So because I have Japanese knives, so I needed to maintain these things to work. And I was getting really bad at sharpening, so I was getting pissed at myself because I couldn't prep at the level I wanted to prep, even though I had nice tools. So you need to learn how to maintain these things. So I got into knife sharpening, and when Reverend Earl, and another guy, when Earl retired, he gave me a lot of his kitchen supplies, utensils and stuff, and he gave me these 2 natural whetstones from Kyoto. And he's like, "Oh, I got this maybe like 1978." So I'm like, "Oh
Wow.
my God, this thing's already like over 50-something years old, right?"
Yeah.
And I remember running my knife on this stone from a mountain in Kyoto, and I'm getting like this really good, meaty, toothy edge. I'm like, "Wow, this is like really good stuff." So I did a little deep dive on these things. I was like, "Wow, this stone is probably worth $375."
Wow.
And I got another one, and then old man Sam, who was from the church, he passed away in 2018. He was like a craftsman type guy. When we had to clean out his apartment, unfortunately, when we found him when he passed away, we had to open the apartment up. He was there.
sure.
So we had to clean out the apartment, and I found all this like cool craftsman like stuff, like his old knives. I picked up like a box of stones. It's the same thing, these Japanese stones, and they were all completely U-shaped and messed up. So I researched, flattened them down,
Yeah.
got them back to shape, and they're in my collection now.
Wow.
That's a
So-
really important skill, especially for cooking. I got to learn how to sharpen up my knives. We got time for one more question.
Okay. What is one life hack that you have that more people should know about?
One life hack that people should know about. I would probably say the Buddhist thing we talked about.
Yeah, but got to be a different one.
Has to be a different
Yeah,
one.
we're clip farming right now.
We're clip farming right now. Ooh, life hack that people should know about.
Yeah, you're not afraid to not gatekeep it,
I mean, I think people should know how to change their oil and change their brake pads. Simple like stuff like that. There was a time where I quit music. I was playing music for a while, for like 20 years. And then before I got into cooking, that's what I was doing. I was playing music. So I had all this time and energy to like study different things. Mainly because I was completely unsatisfied with my life playing music. So I went into all these other things like weightlifting and cars and stuff like that. I think people should generally learn some simple things like how to hold a hammer, you know, basic housekeeping stuff, like how to, you know, make a pot of rice, how to change your oil, change your brakes, you know, simple stuff like that. You know,
Why?
I think there's a thing that happens to me. I'm not sure if it happens to everybody else, but the more I get off my phone and do stuff like read a book or go out for a walk, sharpen my knives, I feel so much better about my life in general. You know?
That makes me want to go to boat mechanic school.
That's dope.
Right?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
You know, like my dad, he was in the Navy for 9 years, and he could do so much cool shit with rope.
Ah, yeah.
Dude,
all
like,
kinds of knots and
Oh
stuff.
my God, like he's, you know, my dad's like 77 now or 78. But like I remember, like I have vivid memories that we would go to like, you know, whatever, Sears or IKEA or some shit. Like he would throw everything on top of a car, get one piece of rope, and he was able to secure the whole damn thing
Wow.
on one rope. And I'm like, damn, I wish
That's
like.
so cool.
It's like if the shit really hit the fan. Do you?
Right.
These are
Yeah,
things
could you
know.
survive a zombie apocalypse?
It's
right?
hard to, like, I've gotten a book of knots before.
Mhm.
It's kind of difficult to read about them. You kind of have to, like, have a piece of length of rope and have somebody show it to you. So that's
So with that being said, I would say, all in a nutshell, there's a life. What is it? What was the last question again?
Life hack that more people should know about.
I think people should get strong.
Like
Whether it's-
physically strong.
whether it's physically, mentally, or emotionally strong. But physically, because now I'm in my mid 40s and I really want to go back in the gym. But am I going to be like freaking like 8-pack abs? I can't. You know, to sustain a 5% body fat and look beach ready is almost impossible. But I think if shit ever hits the fan, and I'm strong enough to push a 250-pound concrete rock like I did last year in DC, or you know, plow right through the door. It's always good to be kind of strong.
Get
So-
strong with Carl Palma, guys.
That's great.
That's our Close the Door Behind You episode with Carl Palma.
Oh, where can
Carl's
they find
Balls.
you?
Yeah, where can people find? What's like your
Easy.
Instagram?
CarlsBalls.com with a K. It's all one word, at Carl's Balls. There's a YouTube channel now, Carl's Balls. I'll be doing some educational content. Hopefully some takoyaki classes this spring.
Yes.
And a lot more stuff where I'll be working with, hopefully I'll be working with more stores overseas and introducing those stores to a Western audience.
Nice.
Love it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you next
Thank
time.
you. Woo!
How was
Great
that?
episode.
Doc,
Good job.
thanks.